Hi guys, today there's something really exciting and rare that I want to show you. I have a box here with 11 kilos, that's about 23 pounds I think, of agates from Morocco. You can see it written here in the Arabic letters, and I've been waiting patiently not to cut these silently by myself, but take some videos of these because I think they will be turning out incredible. So this is one of the super rare batches of the pink agates from Kerushen in the Middle Atlas Mountains. And these agates are actually super rare. Like, most of this material coming from that location is red banded, sometimes with blue, but the rarest color to appear in these agates is actually this kind of pink color. And there's no other deposit in the entire world that quite produces the same color like these. These are enormous in size and show some beautiful banding. So I am very excited to cut them. And a lot of these actually also have really funny shapes. They look like a head, like they are more sharp to the top of the stone and a little bit more wide and flat at the bottom of the stone. Yeah, I think they will be a lot of fun to cut. It has a few hairline fractures here and there, but really beautiful colors with the yellow surrounding the entire agate, and then some gray translucency and this beautiful pink center. So I think it's a great stone, and I also really like the bubbles here in the rim area. I think that looks really cool. So I'm pretty happy with the first one. On this piece I can see it has some great parallax in the specimen, and I will try to cut a face that's relatively parallel to the parallax so that I will have most of the parallax banding out of it. Wow. That's good. I can't really believe my eyes because this turned out to be an incredible specimen. You can see here on the outside it's a little bit whitish, but and the parallax, beautiful parallax in the piece, and it kept the parallax but developed some beautiful pink agate here on the outside, and then getting brighter and brighter towards the center with beautiful contrast in the center. I think this is a fantastic piece, and the parallax is like crazy in this specimen as well. So I think once polished this will be a top quality specimen for the location. Really fantastic agate. Okay, on this one I can already see that it will probably have some fractures going on, and also I can see that there's a large quartz pocket. This is an entire quartz pocket. There's some quartz over here. So I mean, there's still some agate banding, so I think it will be a multiple floater. But I think it's impossible to avoid all of the fractures that I can already see from the outside of the stone. So I think I will just place a cut like this. And then depending if there's too many fractures or quartz, I still have plenty of room to make more cuts into this direction. So I'm not risking anything, but I still have the potential to get the biggest and most symmetrical face out of it if I cut it more to this side. Because the biggest volume is probably just below, inside here, somewhere in this direction. So that's what I'm gonna go for. So the agate turned out pretty nice, and what I first thought might be a fracture is actually a flow channel formation that I can see from the outside. This is the flow channel formation, and like I said, it's a multiple floater with quartz in the center, has a small fracture here, but other than that I'm pretty surprised how good it turned out. But I think I will probably place another cut on this half, just a little bit more behind here to get a little bit more symmetrical face out of here. So I decided to make it like a symmetrical cut, that the tip points the most away from all part of this area. And here you can see it's kind of a triangular cut, and if you watch on this side, because here it's a little bit wider, that is exactly where the quartz flow channel is going. So I hope when I cut here a little bit more wider in that area, that I'm also getting a more symmetrical banding in the center of the stone.
So, ist besser geworden.
So I recut the agate now and it increased exactly the way I was hoping it would. So this area I was able to close. So you can see here it's fully banded now. It doesn't have the interruption over here on this side. And the quartz also got a little bit smaller, but I think I will leave it the way it is because the further I cut into the top, the smaller the entire agate is going to get. And I think I'm actually pretty happy with the entire system in the stone, the way it looks like. So I think it's a really cool piece, and I think I improved it to the maximum that the stone can provide. So I'm really happy with this agate now. In this piece you can see it has a remarkable parallax, and I think I will probably also just cut it around the bottom of the stone. The biggest volume is probably inside here a little bit, but since there's a dent pushing from this side, it's probably around this area where I will place the cut.
Wow.
So it turned out to be a pretty nice piece, and I cut it pretty exactly the way that I wanted to cut it. I'm just opening it up, and here you can see all of this. What looks a little bit like a fracture from the outside is actually part of a flow channel, like a huge flow channel. And there are several flow channels going through the entire piece. Beautiful parallax banding, so I think this will look gorgeous once polished. You can hopefully see the parallax all over the rim area here. And yeah, just a really wild piece. It has a hairline fracture running across here and a few smaller ones more in the rim area. But I still think it's a really nice piece. It's not quite as pink as the other pieces, so it's more like a purplish color tone with like a really clean white color. But I think it's still a really good quality, amazing specimen. So I just had a discussion with myself whether I should cut it for the full face picture. So there's a broken off window here in that area, so I can just cut right next to this and then across here. But I think it would have a really weird shape. It has a few dents in here, which I think originally come from some pseudomorphs. Yeah, I will just cut it across this way to have a nice symmetrical banded face. And it actually turned out to be really nice. So also a lot of flow channels going in several directions. Beautiful of this kind of pinkish white color with this bright blue center. It has a little bit of a healed hairline fracture over here in the center. But other than that, also a really high quality agate specimen. So really happy with this one as well. Next up is this crazy piece. You can see there's a screwdriver inside of this agate. So it has a pseudomorph that's going pretty far deep inside and actually also more into the center of the stone. So I was just cleaning it out a little bit, and you can see it's going pretty deep inside. So I think it will probably end somewhere here, but I kind of like the pseudomorph, so I don't want to cut it out. So I think I will cut it right somewhere across here. So I will still have the pseudomorph in the center. This also looks like some pseudomorph impressions, but it's probably all carbonated. So I don't think the pseudomorphs will actually be visible in the stone. So I think I will just not cut through the pseudomorph in this case. But I think this will be really nice, and maybe this one also goes deeper inside of the stone. You can see it has a fracture running here, but hopefully as we cut deeper inside of the stone, I hope it goes away. But yeah, we will find out.
Interessant.
So this agate turned out a lot different from what I was expecting. So I could see that a lot of the agate part here on the bottom of the stone is not quite as agatized, so it only has like some agate banding that is peeking through, but there's a lot of agate, so I decided to cut it more towards the side that shows a bigger window, and also because I wanted to get the two pseudomorphs inside. I didn't think that the pseudomorph would be pushing down from here, because I thought it's only carbonated but not pushing down with agate. But has a lot of pseudomorphs going on, and this actually looks like a really cool smiley face. Fantastic colors as well, a really deep saturation of colors, so I think it's a super interesting piece, and it's just very different from what I thought it would be like, but I think it's a very nice piece. Last one up is this massive monster of an agate. It weighs over 7 pounds and is showing some incredible pink agate banding. Also some great parallax, but also some fractures. So I think this could be a heavily fractured piece with beautiful parallax and beautiful color. You can also see here at the bottom of the stone there's only a little bit agatized, so I think I'm rather cutting the stone in this kind of angle, and then I have more room to move towards the sides if I'm unhappy with the fracturing that's going on in this piece. So I cut it pretty exactly in the angle that I wanted to, so I still have some room to make recuts, and it turned out to be an impressive agate. Like really fantastic specimen, incredible symmetry, beautiful parallax, some gorgeous eyes as well down here in that section in the flow channel area. The only thing is that it has a little bit of a fracturing down here, but I think it actually looks really interesting because it kind of created a color change in the fracture as well. And other than that, yeah, gorgeous agate, super large face, beautiful colors, beautiful parallax. So really nice agate. The entire batch of pieces turned out really nice. I'm super satisfied with these pieces and how rare they are, that I still was able to get this kind of quality together. A lot of these pieces are usually heavily fractured, have a lot of quartz, and I think I made really good cuts on these. I think my favorite is still actually the second piece. It's not really large in size, but I love the symmetry, the eyes in it, this incredible parallax, so I think this is my favorite. All pieces will certainly be polished and be for sale on my website as you watch the video. So make sure to tune in and see how these turned out polished, because I think these are gorgeous pieces and it's just such a unique color type and super rare for the location as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video and watching these rare agates. And if you liked the video, please leave a like for the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this kind of content, and also let me know which ones of these is your personal favorite. Thanks for watching.